Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare. What? AC. Yeah, we'll put an AC. What happened? It's raining, huh? So your clothes get dirty.
It's raining.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sridhar Gaura Bhakta Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishaganvidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskade Tatta Ganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha Paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Madhuram Madhure Bhyopi Mangale Bhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavana Bhyopi Hare Nama Heva Kevalam Jaiti Jaiti Namanandarupam Murare Viramita Nijadharma Dhyana Pujatyam Kattamapi Sakridatam Muktinam Praninam Yat Paramamritam Ekanam Jivanam Bhusanam Me Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kolam Nasteva Gattiranyata. A reading from Jaiva Dharma, 6th chapter, Nitya Dharma, race and caste. So conversation was there between the Vaishnavas and some Smarta Brahmanas who were challenging the Vaishnavas. So amongst the Vaishnavas, he asked Vaishnav Das to speak to the Brahmanas and one Brahmana called Churamani, he was asking questions. So different questions were asked. So the last question he asked is about Shraddha. How the Jiva can attain Shraddha? So Vaishnavaras was answering, so that Shraddha is the Jiva's Nitya Swabhav, eternal nature. By nature the Jiva is having faith. So, and we can see in this material world also that people, they have faith in something that is natural. And there's a teacher in the school, so one has faith in the teacher. But then there are different kinds of faith are there also that has been explained. So in here also, and in other scriptures, Vedic literatures, Lokik Shraddha and Paralokik Shraddha. So Lokik Shraddha refers to faith in this material world, and Paralokik Shraddha, Parashraddha, that means transcendental faith. So in this material world, like even here, he has been explaining that faith in the performance of Varnashram Dharma, that does not arise from the eternal nature, Nitya Swabhav, but it arises from Naimittika Swabhav, circumstantial or temporary nature. So in this material world, the faith is material. It is not the eternal nature. But if one is engaged in devotional service, then one's real faith will be there. Transcendental faith. Faith in Krishna and the Supreme Lord. In the beginning it will be Komal Shraddha, it will be soft. But by performing devotional service, one is purified in consciousness, and then Driyar Vishwas, and strong faith will be there. Unshakable faith. And then that is the Nitya Swabhav. So the eternal nature. So he was quoting then from Chandogya Upanishad. Sanat Kumar is speaking about Shraddha. And then Narada Muni, he was then further inquiring. So the four Kamaras are great personalities, the sons of Lord Brahma, and so they are acharyas in one sampradaya. They got also transcendent, so they got knowledge from their father, and then they got also knowledge from Hansavatar, swan incarnation, and then they have started their own sampradaya. And Narada Muni, so he's in our sampradaya, and so he's also there in the four Kumara sampradaya, which is then later known as Nimbarkacharya sampradaya. So as sons of Lord Brahma, so it seems, so of course they got transcendental knowledge from him. At the same time, they were not seen in our sampradayas prominent acharyas, but then they had their own sampradaya. Because actually Brahma, he wanted to populate in the beginning of creation, the universe, so he created some, of course, he's a secondary creator. So he wanted, the material universe has to be populated. So he was asking different personalities to get married, to populate the universe. But the 4 sons of Brahma, the 4 Kumaras, they did not want to get married. So they were performing the tapasya, and then they, by their strength of that tapasya, they could stop their growing. They didn't want to grow, they just wanted to be small boys. Because small boys, they will not have sexual impulse. So therefore boys and girls are playing when they're small, no problem. But when the big boys are, when the boys are grown up, 16, 18, 20, and the girls are grown up, then there's some impulses there. Oh, beautiful boy, beautiful girl. And then something may happen between boy and girl. So they didn't want that to happen, so they decided they will remain small boys. So by their tapasya and by their austerities, so they were able to remain boys. But they were physically as boys, but they were spiritually very elevated, very mature. And so they became acharyas. And they gave transcendental knowledge to Narada Muni even, who is known as the best of the Munis, Narada Muni. Munivar. So he's asking the Kumaras, I wish to know about Shraddha. So some people who are learned in the conclusions of the Shastras have explained that the word Shraddha means to have faith in the Vedas and in the words of Sri Guru. This meaning is not wrong, but it is not entirely clear. In our Sampradaya, the meaning of the word Shraddha is given as follows. Amnai Sutra. Shraddha tvanyopayavarjam bhakti onmukhi chitta vritti visheshaha. Shraddha is the characteristic function of the heart that strives towards bhakti alone, which is totally devoid of karma and jnana, and which desires nothing other than the exclusive pleasure of Krishna. So that is a very important and wonderful statement. So we should have faith. So as mentioned here, that some people say that that to have Shraddha means to have faith in the Vedas, in the words of Sri Guru. So, and he's saying this meaning is not wrong. It is right, but at the same time, explaining in regards to our Sampradaya, so, because in our Sampradaya, so we accept the Vedas, but we are not particularly so much inclined to be absorbed in the study of the Vedas, because the Vedas, they are not only explaining about pure devotional service. There's a Karma Kanda section is there too. And so that by fruitive activity we may get some result and we may live happy in this world. But in our Sampradaya, so our focus is completely on serving Sri Guru, Gauranga and Radha and Krishna. And the faith is directed towards Guru, Gauranga and Radha and Krishna. And therefore we also follow the instructions of the Guru, who is an associate of Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. And we read the scriptures presented by the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So even the essence of the Vedas is there. Vedanta Sutra And of course the learned scholars in our Sampradaya, they were also studying especially the Vedanta Sutra, because it is the essence of the Vedas. And but then even just to have some basic knowledge also, which is important for a scholar, for an acharya, it should be very learned. Sri Guru should be Shastravid, Vedantavid, Siddhantavid. So he should know the Shastra, but specifically the Shastra of our acharyas, but he should have knowledge of Vedanta also. And then Siddhanta, what is the conclusion of our acharyas in our line. So that should be known to the acharya. And Rasa Tattvavid, specifically he should know also about the Rasa Shastras, the scriptures by the Goswamis, by which we may enter the realm of Raga Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti, by which we may be able to attain perfection and then be able to enter the pastimes of Krishna and Braj. So, therefore, the acharyas, so they were studying to some extent Vedanta. And one time in Jaipur, some scholars of the other Sampradayas, especially Ramananda or Ramanuja Sampradaya, they were challenging the Gaudiya Vaishnavas and saying, you don't have the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra like all the other acharyas have. And of course, Shankaracharya also, he has Shariraka Bhasha, so that is the impersonal interpretation, commentary on the Vedanta Sutra, which we do not follow or accept because of the impersonal conclusions. So, but then the other acharyas, Ramanujacharya, and then Nibarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, so they have their commentary. Even Madhvacharya actually has, but then the followers of Mahaprabhu, they did not have. And because we are actually in the line of Madhvacharya, but at the same time, we are a branch in the line of Madhvacharya. Because some things Mahaprabhu was also not accepting of the Madhvacharya line, and therefore, so we are not completely in the Madhvacharya line. So it is a kind of branch. And then we follow the understanding of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is ultimately the highest understanding in regards to the absolute truth, in regards to transcendental knowledge. So they were challenging the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So, and they even told them, you cannot worship Radha Govinda. You are not qualified because you don't have the commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. And they were chased away because they were not so knowledgeable, these pujaris, Bengalis. And so then news was given to the acharyas here in Braj, in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, specifically Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And then he was requested to come to Jaipur and debate with the scholars from there. But he was already in old age and he said, I'm too old, I cannot go, I cannot leave Braj. So we'll send Baladev Vidyabhushan. His name is Vedanta Charya Baladev Vidyabhushan. So he went there and he had some talk with them, and they were saying, you don't have a commentary on Vedanta. So, but he was greatly learned in the scriptures and Vedanta also. And they said, all right, we will see what we can do. And then Govinda from Jaipur. You have been to Jaipur? You have not been to Jaipur?
I want to go.
You want to go, Winnie? Okay, we should go.
Yes.
Soon.
2 hours by car.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. maybe or 3. You have been? No? You want to go tomorrow? Tomorrow is too fast. But we'll go soon. We should go soon. You have been Jaipur? You? You have been Jaipur, yeah. Me too. I stayed in Jaipur for 1 year. So you have not been, huh?
Oh, I've been.
You have been to Jaipur? Oh yeah, in Gurdumna went many times. Huh? Yeah. It's a nice place. I stayed for 1 year.
Where did you stay?
I stayed in different places. We had a preaching center 1982. You were not born, right, at that time, no? You were born? You? No? No, you are in some other body somewhere, right? So 1982 I was in Jaipur, in Bani Park. Bani Park in Jaipur. So we had a preaching center. So the place actually, so where he was staying, Baladev Vidibhushan was known as Galta Ji. Galta. It's a little bit in the mountain, it's a holy place, and there actually Ganga Devi manifested. So it's very nice. In the summer when it's hot, we used to go there and take a bath. There in that Kund, there's a Kund. Very nice. And there are many Ramananda temples there from Ramanuja Sampradaya. So he was there, Baladev Vidibhushan, and at night time I was resting. Govinda Dev appeared to him in a dream and he explained the commentary of Vedanta. And then he, because he was a great scholar also, he got up and he was writing. So Govinda spoke to him, and that is known as Govinda Bhashya, the commentary of Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the deity of Govinda was established by the great grandson of Krishna, Brajanab. And then later on, when the Goswamis were here in Braj, the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so then they were worshipping these deities also. So specifically Rupa Goswami was worshipping Govinda Dev, Sanat Goswami Madan Mohan, and Raghunath Das Goswami was worshipping Gopinath. So they are known as the acharyas of these 3 deities. So Baladev Vidibhushan, so when he wrote this Govinda Bhashya, then he presented to the acharyas there, and they were very satisfied with that commentary, and they said, fine, you are accepted and you can start again the worship of Govinda Dev. Sri Radha Govinda Deva ki. Yeah. Vedanta Acharya Srila Baladev Vidibhushan ki. Yeah. So Amnai Sutra, so that is famous. And so there it is mentioned. So Amnai means actually the essence of the Vedic literatures also, Vedanta Sutra. So which the acharyas have also presented. And which also Bhaktivinoda Thakur has mentioned in this Jaiva Dharma, and also in his book Dashamula Tattva, the 10 essential principles of the absolute truth, which is actually coming from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so which is important to know. So Shraddha is the characteristic function of the heart. So faith is actually coming from the heart. Means the heart means not this material heart which is there, which is inside on this side of the body, which is pumping the blood, but it means it is coming from the soul, which is situated in the region of the heart. And the soul is floating within the life airs, especially the main life air, pranavayu. There are 10 airs in the body, 5 main and 5 secondary. So the main is known as pranavayu. So situated within the vayu, so the soul is there floating, but it is in the region of the heart. So, which cannot be seen, the soul cannot be seen, even by a telescope or whatever it may be. It cannot be seen, it is tiny. You can analyze the heart or cut the heart to pieces, but you will not find the soul there. So even sometimes there's this heart, what's called heart transplantation. So maybe. So when the heart is not working properly, and then so they need a new heart for a person. So they may take a heart from somebody who just died, and then they change the heart, because the heart of the person who is still living, and they take it out somehow, and they maintain the body, and they put a new heart, and then they fix it, and it's a kind of quite something. So the soul is there because it's not there in the heart; it's within the life airs. So it's yeah. So that is, so it is something very amazing. I mean, but it is quite amazing, and of course the intelligence comes by the Lord. Therefore we can see the scientists, they can do wonderful things, because Krishna is giving the intelligence. Yes.
Or like it's written that the soul is situated in the heart, and when the person
in the heart region, but it is said in the heart, but it is actually in the heart region. Therefore, okay, and what was your question?
Yeah, okay, so physically not in the heart, but somewhere there, but not
yes.
in the physical. Okay, then.
Yeah, and therefore sometimes it is mentioned in the heart of the heart. So because actually, well, the soul is there, the Satchidananda Vigraha is there, and which is transcendental, and which is, of course, in a form which, like Krishna's form and Radharani's form, and so there's a transcendental heart, so to say. And so because even there we say, and from that point of view, in the heart of hearts, so the love is coming from there. But you should understand that the Satchidananda Swarup is there, and it is transcendental, and it is beyond these material elements, even the subtle element of the ego, the intelligence, and the mind. So the faith is coming there from the soul, actually. So, but then the true faith is there when the soul, the spirit soul or the Jiva is serving Krishna. And then, so with faith, full faith, that Krishna will always take care of me. So, but when the living entities is coming in the contact with this material world, under the modes of material nature, he develops this lokik shraddha, the material faith, and then he has faith in, like the child has faith in the father and mother, that they will help me, and they will give whatever I need. And then afterwards they go to school, they have faith in the teacher, and then they become something in the world, or some faith in the teacher, maybe not full. And then he may have faith in, one wants to become a car mechanic. Then there's one who knows how to fix the car. And a person wants to learn that also, so he has faith in the car mechanic, that he will teach me nicely. So faith has to be there. Faith is there naturally, but in the material world then it becomes material faith. Only when one is connected to the Lord, and first through the spiritual master, then Paramatmik Shraddha is there. Spiritual faith is there. So that comes, so therefore Shraddha, from Shraddha to praying. So first it is Lokik Shraddha, but then one comes in Sadhu Sangha, then it becomes Paramatmik Shraddha. Then it becomes spiritual faith. You understand English now? You understand everything? Almost? Little. So you're studying English? No? You should study every day. You're not reading every day? No? Eating and sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. And you eat 10 to 12, 10 hours?
Yes.
Okay, anyways, young boy. But you should reduce a little bit and you should study a little bit. He's doing seva also, some nice seva, but you should study also English. Okay, I told you before, every day you should read English. Then by reading, and then you can understand, and you write some words. What you should do every day, you should write 10 words in English. You have your notebook? Okay, so 10 words. How many rounds you chanted? 16. So we'll chant 4 more. If you have time, then you write down 4. I can start with 5 today. 5 words in English. And then you should know the meaning of the word. Okay? You understood? Okay, good. You understood something? And from tomorrow, 10 words every day. Okay? क्या बोला मैंने? शब्द 10 शब्द लिखना है अपना किताब में और मालूम होना चाहिए कि इसका अर्थ क्या है. Can you understand everything now?
Not 100%.
But 90%. Okay, good.
90%, 85%.
Okay, and you? How many percent?
98%.
98. Okay, very good. And you 100%. Okay, and you can speak?
Yes, but not
Not fluent.
Not
Okay, he is fluent, huh? Okay. You a little English speaking, huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, on the app you're practicing? Okay, good. And you're reading in English?
No. Course will do in mobile articles.
Okay.
I'm reading, but not Google Translator and listen.
Okay, okay, good. Okay. So yes, so we have to have faith. So the transcendental faith is there by taking shelter of sadhu, in sadhu sangha. Then the transcendental faith will be there. Sadhu means those who are devotees of Krishna. And then one can do bhajan, bhajana kriya. You do bhajan? You do bhajan? Bhajan कर रहा है? वो भोजन. Bhojan. Bhojan. More bhojan than bhajan? It's okay. So, bhajan, what is bhajan? What is bhajan? You want to?
I remember in Mayapur, I think February, asked you this question and you were like 30, sorry, like 30 minutes answer. You know, it was so deep. So I would love to ask you again.
Okay.
What is bhajan, because it was very profound. Your explanation.
You remember?
Yes.
You remember the answer?
Yes.
Okay.
In short explanation, जो संबंध ज्ञान के साथ में भक्ति कर रहे हैं वो कौन है, और जो आगे भजन कर रहे हैं जो वैदिक भक्ति कर रहे हैं वो साधन.
Yes. So, okay. Yes. So bhajan. So he gave short explanation. What I apparently told in half an hour. So in essence, he gave him in 30 seconds. Okay, good. Yeah. Saragrahi Vaishnav. Okay, good. Yeah, what is Saragrahi Vaishnav? Saragrahi Vaishnava means taking the essence. A Vaishnava who has understood, who has accepted the essence. Sar means the essence, Grahi means to accept. So we should be Saragrahi Vaishnava, that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said in his book, Navadip Dham Mahatmya. So very beautiful.
So, taking the essence from Navadip.
Okay, from Navadip, yeah. So yes, bhajan means basically worshipping of the Lord. But bhajan can have many meanings. We're not speaking for half an hour, but just for 1 minute. So, because you're speaking about faith, which is there first, faith. But then bhajan means the worship of the Lord actually, and that's bhajan kriya means the activities of bhajan, of actually performing devotional service. But in the beginning, so we perform Vaidhi, Sanada Bhakti, following the rules and regulations. And in this way we approach the Lord. But then when it becomes more deep, then we talk about bhajan, of the worship of the Lord with emotions. And then that may refer to the realm of Raganuga Bhakti, of following the eternal associates of Krishna. In Braj. So, and yes, but then bhajan may have some other meanings also, like this bhajan sandhya. Like for example, kirtan is chanting the holy names, like Mahamantra kirtan is there, or japa, sitting down and chanting on the japa mala, that is japa, on one's own beats and softly. Kirtan are usually standing, glorifying the Lord, or together going out in Sankirtan, chanting the holy names, and then bhajan. So that is sitting down and singing for the pleasure of the Lord. And it may be the Mahamantra, or it may be different songs glorifying the Lord. So, yes, so then for the Gauri Vaishnavas, when they say bhajan, so like if somebody is asking how is your bhajan, that means how is your devotional practice, and then specifically then in regards to developing or performing one's devotional service with emotions for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. So, but in the beginning, so the faith has to be there. And here, so it is explained, so it is totally devoid of karma and jnana, so shraddha. Shraddha is not based on jnana, on knowledge, or also not on one performing a particular activity in regards to this material world, or in this material world. It's a bhakti, so that is devotional service, and so shraddha, so that is when one is engaged in devotional service, performing bhakti. So that is a function of the heart, trying to do bhakti towards Krishna, and free from karma and jnana, and for the pleasure of the Lord, as mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that, what is it? Famous verse. Anyabhilashita sunyam jnana karma anavritam anukulina Krishna shiranam bhakti ruttamam. You know by heart? You know? You know? Little bit, so you have to learn. So that is Anyabhilashita sunyam jnana karma anavritam anukulina Krishna Nushilanam Bhakti Uttamam. Uttam Bhakti, pure devotional service, is to perform devotional service favorable according to Krishna's desire. Anukul and Krishna Nushilanam, following Krishna, what Krishna wants. And then Anyabhilashita Sunyam, no other desire should be there, only Krishna's pleasure. and then free from the desire to get a result of one's work, karma, or free from the desire to gain some knowledge in order to be recognized also. So that is the characteristic function of the Shraddha, which is coming from the heart. When the sadhaka regularly hears the instructions of sadhus in the association of Shuddha Bhaktas, a conviction arises in his heart that he cannot obtain his eternal welfare by the methods of karma, jnana, yoga, and so on, and that he has no means of success unless he takes exclusive shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Hari. So by hearing from the sadhus, we understand that we should try to perform Shuddha Bhakti, pure devotional service. And then we learn also what is Shuddha Bhakti. When this conviction appears, it may be understood that Shraddha has arisen in the sadhaka's heart. The nature of Shraddha is described as follows. Amnai Sutra 58. Sacha Saranapati Lakshana. Shraddha is characterized by its external symptom known as Sharanagati, surrender to Sri Hari. So if one has faith in the Lord, then what he will do? He will take shelter of Krishna. He will perform devotional service. Sharanagati, coming to the shelter of Krishna. Of course, first Guru should be there. First we surrender, we take shelter of the lotus feet of the Guru, and then we can hope to be able to gain the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then we may be able to take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna.
Question.
Yes.
If you skip the first two steps like Guru and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
If you skip the steps Guru and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you cannot attain the shelter of Krishna, not possible. And Krishna says to Arjuna, also in Padma Purana it is mentioned, that without worshipping Guru first, you cannot worship me. So you have to worship Guru, and then you can worship Gauranga in the Kali Yuga, and then Krishna. So if one is not in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, then like Nimbarka or so, they worship Guru, and then they have their acharyas, and then they may worship Krishna. But we are fortunate to be in the Sampradaya. Mahaprabhu has given the highest form of Braj Bhakti. And so we take shelter of Guru and then Gauranga and Krishna. Otherwise we cannot, if we don't take shelter of Guru or Gauranga, how we can get Gauranga's mood? Not possible.
You once mentioned a word like Krishna said, those who says that they are my devotees, they are not my devotees.
Yes,
so
but who?
like devotees,
Yes,
not my devotees.
that's also Krishna told Arjuna in the same Padma Purana. In the same. One who says, I am Krishna's devotee is not my devotee. But one who says, I am the devotee of Krishna's devotee, then he is my devotee. You devotee of Krishna?
I am devotee of you.
Okay. And I am devotee of the Vaishnavas. We're devotees of Krishna. And specifically we follow Rupa Goswami, who are known as Rupanuga Vaishnavas, who is very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and very dear to Radha and Krishna, especially Srimati Radharani. And actually, yes, in a few days we are going to observe the appearance day, or the disappearance day of Rupa Goswami, on the 6th August, yes. So it's good to already few days before, meditate on Rupa Goswami. Actually, every day we have to meditate on Rupa Goswami. If you want to attain perfection, You have to every day remember Rupa Goswami. So every day you remember him?
Every day.
6 Goswamis. Or you chant 2 slokas, which one? Okay. Okay, very good. Yes.
I'm sure the name of your Kadam tail you will also give class.
Huh? I will give class?
Yes.
Where?
Tail Kadam?
No, not in Tekadamba. I will give class on the 4th
Okay.
in VIHE.
Okay.
Because there, Kadamba, that will be on the 6th, and that is in the afternoon, but we have Julan Yatra. So, but I will give class in Gopinath Bhavan on the 6th.
I also plan to go.
You plan to go there? Okay, fine, good. Yeah, good plan to hear about Rupa Goswami. Or you want to go Ter Kadamba? No, okay.
Then there is also one Sabha, Badi Surma Kund. There are so many sadhus who come.
Where?
Badi Surma Kund, Patthar Pura.
Acha, okay.
I will ask him.
Okay, fine. Sharanagati is described in these words from Hari Bhakti Vilas. Anukalyasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam rakshashyatiti vishvaso guptritevaranam tatha atmanikshepta karpanya sadvida saranagati. You know this verse? You know? Saranagati, you know. The word Saranagati, that we know, that you know. We're speaking about Saranagati, but you know the verse? Anukalyasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam. You know?
First one.
The first line you know.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a famous verse from Hari Bhakti Vilas. So that is a good verse to learn. That these are the 6 symptoms of surrender. So Sharanagati. What is Sharanagati? First of all, Anukalyasya sankalpa. Sankalpa means declaration. I will do this. A vow. Every day I will chant 16 rounds. We promise also, but the vow should be there, or the determination I have to do every day. And doing Chaturmas maybe 20. So that is Anukalyasya sankalpa. So what is favorable, that I will accept with great determination. I make a vow that every day I will get up early and take a bath, and then chant the holy names, and have a morning program, and take only Krishna Prasadam. So like this, what is favorable, that we should accept, and that we should, with great determination, we should try to follow. So especially what the acharyas have told, what is favorable. What? Pratikulasya varjanam. What is pratikul, what is unfavorable, varjanam, we should discard. What is unfavorable? Gramya kata. Speaking about this person, that we should give up. So, or eating things which are not offered to Krishna. So things which are not favorable, we have to reject. So that is sankalpa, pratigya, a solemn vow. The third symptom is, so rakshashyat iti vishvaso. Vishwas, faith in Bhagavan as one's protector. Bhagavan is my only protector. I can derive absolutely no benefit from Gyan, Yoga and other such practices. And even so that is one thing, and that is faith also, that whatever I need in this world, so that I will get. So the faith should be there. So those who are surrendered, they have faith that I will always have a place to stay. And I will always get something to eat. I will always get some clothes. And then as mentioned here also, that is one thing for his body, but then also how to progress in bhakti. Krishna will help also. Through the spiritual master, through saintly persons, we will be helped so we can advance. Another question? The monkeys there. So under the next, this is an expression of trust, Vishwas. The fourth symptom is Goptrite Varanam, deliberate acceptance of Bhagavan as one's maintainer. I cannot obtain anything or even maintain myself by my own endeavor. I will serve Bhagavan as far as I am able, and he will take care of me. So these are very similar. Goptritve and Rakshayishyatiti Vishwaso. So they have faith that he will protect me and he will take care of all my needs. This is what is meant by dependence, nirbharata. So we depend on Krishna. हम भगवान के भरोसे में चलता है. हाँ? मंदिर के भरोसे में नहीं. So we don't depend on the temple, but we depend on Krishna. Yes, so nirbhar in Sanskrit, nirbharata. So we depend on Krishna. The fifth symptom is atmanikshepa. So that means surrender. Who am I? I am his. My duty is to fulfill his desire. This is submission of the self, atmanivedana. The sixth symptom is karpanye, meekness, humility. I am wretched, I am insignificant and materially destitute. So here also again, so part of surrender, Sharanagati, that is humility, is also there. So if you are not humble, if you are not feeling insignificant, then you cannot surrender to Krishna. So humility has to be there. This is what is meant by humility, karpanya or dainya. And so, you are humble? You are humble? Little bit? You try to be humble. Offering obeisances to Guru Garanga Krishna. So that is an expression of humility. But in the beginning, so that is known as kacha. It is kacha, because we are not strong. We are not seated on the spiritual platform. If you are under the modes of material nature, then the humility is not ripe. But pakva dainatva, ripe humility, is when you are beyond the modes of material nature, when you are understanding that you are not this body but spirit soul, and then one is really humble. So but we have to practice to be humble as much as possible. And then by chanting Hare Krishna, and when the consciousness is purified, then we become really humble. So therefore the most advanced devotees, they are most humble. And Mahaprabhu himself and Krishna himself, they are most humble. And you can even see in their pastimes in the world how Mahaprabhu was humble, how Krishna was humble. He became the chariot driver of Arjun, driving Arjun's chariot. It's like a rich person, he has a car. He's not driving, he has a driver. And so the king, so he has a chariot, but he's not driving the chariot. He is a chariot driver, and he's sitting peacefully. And Partha Sarthi. Sarthi is driving the chariot of Partha, of Arjuna. So that is humility of Krishna. And during the Rajasuya sacrifice for Yudhishthira, and then he was declared as emperor. Then he was, Krishna asked Yudhishthira, my dear Yudhishthira, what seva can I do for you? And then Yudhishthira said, you can take care of all the visitors when they come. And then to the sadhus he was offering obeisances, putting tilak on their forehead, giving a garland. So Krishna is so humble. You cannot even imagine how humble Krishna is. Even in Braj, of course, the pastimes are there, and so Krishna is with his friends, and they're challenging him like Siddham. Who you think you are, Krishna? You think you're so strong? I will show you. I am more strong than you. And then they're wrestling, and because of the love of Sridham, Krishna is defeated. He's accepting defeat. And he's controlled by his devotees, Sridham, by Maria Yashoda, and especially by Srimati Radharani. So humility is important. So we have to try to be humble. And when we try and we chant Hare Krishna, then we can become really humble when we are realized. Sit properly. When these moods become established in the heart, a disposition arises that is called Shraddha. So if one is trying to surrender and humility will be there, then the Shraddha will be also pakka, will be ripe. It will be strong faith. A jiva who has this Shraddha is eligible for bhakti. And this is the first step in the development of the Swabhav, like that of those pure jivas who are eternally liberated. So first Shraddha has to be there. And then, so first initial little Shraddha has to be there. Believe in God. I believe in a Guru, like in India, everyone believes in Guru. Yes, I go to Guru, I get the Ashirvad. And then one is in the association of the Guru, and then one will learn about devotional service, and then one will understand what is real faith. Therefore, this is the Nitya Swabhava of the Jivas, and all other Swabhavas are Nanitika. So if one is engaged in devotional service, that is known as Nitya Swabhav Shraddha. That is the nature of the Jiva, to have faith in the Lord, in the process of bhakti, pure bhakti. Otherwise, the Shraddha is lokik, is material. Churamani, I understand, but you still have not explained how Shraddha develops. If Shraddha develops from Sat Karma, virtuous deeds, then my argument is still stronger. Because Shraddha cannot arise without properly performing the Sat Karma and Swadharma Varnashrams. Muslims do not perform Sat Karma, so how can they be eligible for bhakti? So this Smata Brahmana is saying that the Shraddha develops by performing virtuous activities, Sat Karma, or following the Vedic literatures by following Varna Ashram. And then he's saying because Muslims are not performing Varna Ashram Dharma, so how can they be eligible for bhakti? Vaishnava is answering, it is not a fact, it is a fact that Shraddha arises from Sukriti, pious deeds. It is stated in Brihad Naradiya Purana. Bhaktis tu Bhagavad Bhakta Sangena Parijayate Satsanga Prapyate Pumbi Sukritai Purva Sanchitai. The inclination for bhakti is awakened by association with Bhagavan's bhaktas. The jiva obtains the association of Shuddha bhaktas by the accumulated effect of spiritually pious activities performed over many lifetimes. So one becomes inclined for bhakti by association with the devotees of Krishna. And specifically, the association of the pure devotees is actually required. Then one can advance more rapidly. And is mentioned here also that the accumulated effect of spiritual pious activities performed over many lifetimes. So in order to be able to perform, to be in the association of the Shuddha Bhaktas and then perform Shuddha Bhakti, so that is not coming so quickly. It will take some time. So as mentioned here, it may take lifetimes, at least a few lifetimes. So there are two types of Sukriti, Nitya and Naimittika. The Sukriti by which one obtains sadhusanga is bhakti, and bhakti is Nitya Sukriti. The Sukriti by which one obtains material enjoyment and impersonal liberation is Naimittika Sukriti. Sukriti which bears eternal fruit is Nitya Sukriti. Sukriti which bears temporary results which are dependent upon some cause is Naimittika or Anitya Sukriti. So, if one is desiring enjoyment in this world, so for this one has to perform pious activities known as Sukriti. But if one wants to advance in bhakti, then one has to desire the association of the sadhus. And then, so this Sukriti is required, and that is known as Nitya Sukriti. Also known as Bhakti Sukriti. So, but to obtain, of course, that kind of Sukriti, one has to be pious in the first place. If one is pious and then one is desiring the association of the sadhus who are great devotees of the Lord, then one can attain this bhakti, and so this is called Nitya Sukriti. So that is transcendental Sukriti. So we should try to perform our devotional service nicely with the proper consciousness and with the desire to attain perfection in spiritual life. And so we should not desire anything of this material world. So there's no need of trying to be enjoyers in this world. Of course, to perform pure devotional service or to renounce everything of this world immediately is not easy. To be a brahmachari or sannyasa is not easy. So therefore, one may enter the grihastha ashram, and then there's some kind of sense enjoyment is there, but with Krishna in the center. Because immediately to become a pure devotee is not possible, it will take some time. But the desire should be there to become a pure devotee. And then one should try to give up desire for sense gratification. And one should give up sense gratification. So not only give up sense gratification, but the desire for sense gratification also. And one should desire only to serve Krishna. And one should then only serve Krishna or Krishna's devotees. So we have to try to do that. And then the more we become purified, and the more then the faith will be there strong, and the more also the humility will be ripe, and the more one will be able to be surrendered to Krishna. And then one will feel more and more transcendental pleasure by performing devotional service, by chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And by serving the Lord, serving the deities, one will get pleasure by hearing about Mahaprabhu and Krishna and their pastimes. So we should aspire for that. We should desire for this. Hare Krishna. Question? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki, Satchinandana Guru Hari ki, Sri Radha